Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back for another video on the channel. My name is Robin, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys an update on my Canadian-based Wealthsimple Trade dividend portfolio. So really quickly, before we go into the video, I just want to give you guys a quick little announcement here. Basically, for our month of October, we hit a new dividend record. We hit $445 inside a portfolio, which is a huge increase for this month. The previous month, we actually hit about $200. So hitting this new milestone is absolutely crazy. I just want to say a big thanks to everybody who watches the channel, everybody who supports this. It's really you guys who kept me going and made this possible. So it's super cool. Nice new milestone on this portfolio on this YouTube channel, and it's been absolutely awesome. And the other day, I also did a post on Blossom Social, basically sharing with you guys my new portfolio record here. And I just want to say thank you. Like, the community is absolutely amazing here. A lot of people commented. You shared your all of the cool different comments everybody shared and your journeys and all that, and everybody's story that everybody left. There's so many cool comments here, and I just want to say a big thanks to everybody who took the time to comment, everybody who takes the time to watch these videos. You guys really keep me going, and you guys really help out a lot. So thanks everybody for being amazing supportive of the channel, and thank you everybody for keeping me going. It really does make a big difference. Alright guys, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back for another video on the channel. The first thing we're going to start off the video with is going to be the portfolio update. So we'll do a quickly recap of what happened on Friday when we closed out the week. At the time of doing this video, it is Saturday, so markets obviously aren't closed today, but we'll just show you guys what kind of basically happened towards the end of the week. So we have $102,000 inside our portfolio in total. Our personal account is currently sitting at $16,000 Canadian, and our TFSA is currently sitting at about $85,000, which is the main focus on this channel, the TFSA. And then now that TFSA is maxed out for this year, we are focusing on growing my fiance's TFSA as well as my own personal account. So that's kind of how that works, in case you guys were wondering. But the one-day return on Friday, we went down -1% inside the portfolio, which is about $1,000 or so. I did do a post on Blossom a couple days ago showing that we did see a nice jump in the market. I think my portfolio was up about like 2.5%, and then the next day we kind of went down a little bit. So obviously, as you guys have seen, over the past week or so, we've had a lot of ups and downs in the market, and that's kind of basically just what happens. But over the past week, we are up 1%. The 1 month return is down -4%. So even though we are going up and down a lot inside the portfolio, we are kind of basically still trending downwards a little bit, -4% over the past month. Past 3 months is kind of more closer to even though. We do see a -1%, so a bit of a dip, but the past 3 months show us that, we did have a bit of a jump in the beginning. And then things are just kind of going back down now. Over the past year or so, we are down -5%. So 1 year return from, I guess it'd be October 15th of 2021 to today's date, which is October 15th, we've seen a -5% return. So yeah, overall dip overall inside the portfolio, but once again, lots of ups and downs, lots of up and downs. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to close the year out, but we are sitting at that -5 return over the past year. But if we go all time, we can see that, putting money into the market, dollar cost averaging, reinvesting our dividends, it works in the long run, and we are up 2% all time. So even though we are down, the 1 year return is down -5%, which actually isn't too bad all things considered. The all-time return is up 2%, so the TFSA obviously is at a positive, and that's, again, from a couple years of investing. We started the TFSA at the beginning of 2020. I'm going to go over to my personal account and do a quick little update on this as well. So the personal account is more focused on Canadian stocks, and the all-time return for the personal account is down -4%. This is my more dividend-focused account because this is going to be more tax advantage. Once we max out the TFSA, once we start putting some more money into the RSP, all the dividend stocks are going to go inside the personal account because it is the most tax-efficient thing. But once again, focus on my TFSA, fiance's TFSA, then do our RSPs, and then the personal account is going to be the other focus. So that's just a quick little update on how our portfolios have been doing. And because I didn't publish a video earlier this week, this is actually the only video I published for this week. I'll actually give you guys a quick little update on the buys I've been doing. Like usual, if you guys want to see my buys in real time, check them out on Blossom Social. I do put my buys on there. They are delayed by a couple hours or so, but my buys are on there. Or you guys can watch these videos while I do basically I show you guys what I'm buying on a weekly basis. So the past week would have been October 10th. We didn't buy a ton of stocks today. I did use a lot of my dividends I received. We had a pretty big month for dividends, as I showed you guys earlier, $400. We used a lot of that dividend income to basically go back inside the portfolio and buy more stocks. Pretty much what we did. So we can see on October 14th, I bought some more HYLD. Again, I want to buy some of these covered call ETFs to just take advantage of the yields, as well as kind of dollar cost average into some other stocks as well. So HYLD, HDIV, VFE, I put $7 in because I had to use up $7, so I just put it into that. And then we had AQN. I've been buying AQN on a regular basis inside the portfolio to bring it up to be a little bit more of a larger holding. So that's something I've definitely been buying on a regular basis. And then once again, I used a little leftover that I had here just to buy some VFE, just to throw some in the market. I know I've been buying a lot of stocks as well as the covered calls, but I am focusing on that mostly, once again, just to kind of bring a little bit more balance inside my portfolio, since I do hold a lot in the US markets. And speaking of which, I'll give you guys a quick little update on my portfolio pie so you guys can see actually what stocks I actually hold. So a quick little update on here, you guys can see the different portfolios that I have. This one, again, isn't 100% accurate. It's not updated 100% yet, but we have about 100,000 or so on Blossom Social here. Most of our portfolio is held in VFE. I got about 50% into the S&P 500. I'm a big believer of buying the overall market, and I love the US markets. I also got some into VDY. This is one of the earlier stage Canadian-based ETFs I bought. I might switch this in a future basis to buy a more broader based Canadian dividend market, and then I can kind of do a kind of similar approach to VFE. But obviously, because I hold a big chunk into ETFs, I have a small percentage in portfolios of my portfolio in smaller stocks that I pick. So we have TD stock, which is 5%, and I do understand there is some overlap with VDY. And then we have some other Canadian stocks that are going to be more represented inside my personal account. So once again, my goal right now is to kind of bring this 12% to be just a little bit higher and spread across some of the other holdings, because I do have, obviously VDY and VFE, my biggest holdings. And then I have some of these, I wouldn't say random stocks, but some smaller holdings. I want to kind of just bring them up because I have like a little bit of money in a bunch of different stocks, and I kind of want to set it to be more balanced inside the portfolio. But once again, if you guys want to see this, check out the link for Blossom Social in the description of this video. And of course, guys, because this is a dividend-based channel, I like to show you guys the dividends and sort of the different companies that are paying me all my different paychecks that I get just basically from holding the companies. That's why I love dividend investing. Don't have to do a lot. You can do whatever you want to do. You can work a job, you can work part-time, you can do whatever you guys want to do, and you still get paid the money from the dividends, which is the reason why I do it. So here's the different companies that pay me dividends for the month of October. Like I mentioned already, October has been a crazy month. We've already kind of blown a record out of the water here. But the first one we have here is TELUS. TELUS gave us some dividends at the start of the month. Then we got a small dividend from CNQ, which is Canadian Natural Resources. VFE paid us some dividends as well. I have it in all my accounts for right now. So pretty big one there, $170. Plus $12 in the personal account. This is their quarterly dividend payment, so that's why we got like a big jump up there. Severia Corp paid us a small dividend of 91 cents. And then here comes VDY with our monthly dividend from VDY. We got $136, $25 as well, so that was a nice little chunk. And then our covered calls kind of came in recently and really bumped up the passive income inside the portfolio. HYLD giving us $14. HDIV giving us 50 cents, HYLD again giving us $27, $2 from HDIV, and then like I mentioned earlier, AQN, which is Algonquin Power and Utilities. I've really been buying into the stock. I really do think it's undervalued right now. Stock unfortunately hasn't had a rough time over the past couple of years, but I do think it's a good buy, and I've kind of been bringing up just a little bit here and there inside my portfolio. But we got $12 and $16, so that's a nice little chunk of dividends too. And I do believe we still have some bigger dividends coming out towards the end of the month, so I think it's going to be a pretty good month. But once again, hopefully you guys can kind of see how, it's not a lot of money, but when you have a bunch of different payments that pay you, different companies that give you these payments, it does add up at the end of the month. And as we go towards the end of the video, we'll kind of finish up here with giving the monthly dividends. So since this is the most exciting part of this video, every single month I like to track my dividends. It kind of basically keeps me motivated, and especially during markets like these, where stocks going up and down, and it's very unpredictable. I tend not to watch the day-by-day stuff because you can go kind of crazy. Instead, what I do is I focus on the dividends. The dividends is something that you can control if you build the right type of portfolio. So here we have it. Basically all the different months that I invested inside my account here. We started in January of 2020, and every single month I logged the dividends so I could see, basically have something I could grasp onto and something I could see the progress. So even during market dips or pandemics, we still seen those monthly dividends increase over time. And that's basically the reason, one of the big reasons why I like dividend investing, other than having the cash flow coming in and stuff like that. The fact that you can actually kind of put something to your portfolio, like something that you can put down that you don't have to worry about markets fluctuating and stuff like that. I think it's really cool, and it really helps you as an investor, especially over the long term. So we'll scroll down here to the bottom since there's lots of stuff here. We're on month number 34. October, we hit $445. We blew September out of the water. Once again, we kind of get lucky because those big quarterly payments really add up. But if you want to compare it kind of apples to apples here, July would have been the last big month that we had here, so $377, and then this month we have $445. I don't think we're gonna hit $500. We might, I don't think so, but we'll have to wait till the end of the month. But nonetheless, 445 is a huge increase. Our 3-month average is about $275, so we're roughly hitting about $275 on average per month, and it's been absolutely amazing. Total dividends added all up is 4,179, and it's really starting to grow. That snowball is really starting to grow. So thank you everybody who watches the video. Thank you guys for the support. I know a lot of you guys say this inspires you guys, but keep in mind, a lot, you guys keep me going and keep me doing this by the amazing support that you guys give me. So keep that in mind. It's not just me doing these videos, it's you guys also coming back and watching them, and we both get help and value from that. So once again, thank you guys for being amazing, and everybody who watches the channel, everybody supports me. It really does make a big difference. And before I end the video really quickly, guys, I just want to give you guys an update on how things are going for the month of October, and some things that have been going on kind of recently in my own personal life for the past little while. So like always, I always like to kind of be realistic, and I like to treat my channel more as a dividend investing channel, but it really is a lifestyle investing channel, which I like to kind of call it. Basically, I like to kind of cover everything and incorporate anything that kind of happens with investing, which is like personal finance and different things that can actually go on with your lifestyle as well. So one of the big things I've been trying to focus, and I've been really needing to focus on lately, has been actually getting back to the basics when it comes to investing. Even if you're an experienced investor, sometimes you have to take a step back. You'd be like, okay, what are the basics here? The basics are, saving your money, putting your money in the market, not watching your portfolio on a regular basis, buying during the dip, and just keeping at it. That's kind of some of the basics, right? And me personally, I took some time off over the past couple weeks to kind of focus more on myself. I need some time to myself. I think it's important that everybody does it every now and then. That's why I haven't been posting too much on the channel. I've been kind of sticking to my one video a week kind of thing. But I had to do that, and I took some time off, and it's been really nice. But one of the things I'm trying to get back into once again is understand that, we're in a bit of a dip here. It's always a good idea if you can get back to the basics, you can put some money away, you can keep investing during the dip. As an investor, that's a really smart thing to do. So I've been trying to focus on that. I've been trying to kind of I went through some of my budget, because, like everybody, sometimes I spend a little bit more than I should sometimes, so I like to go back in and kind of fine tune things. It's always important to kind of keep track of these things and just review them, because you never know. Sometimes things creep up on you, you don't realize it, and you're like, oh, you know what, I need to take a step back. I'm kind of like losing the big picture kind of thing. So I kind of did that. We kind of have to get our expenses under control here, but nothing crazy, obviously. But one of the big things I do want to focus on is cutting back on things, being more frugal again, and using that extra free cash to really put in the market, because during the dip right now, I think there's a lot of big opportunities. And remember, guys, you make money during the dip, and then when the market rebounds, that's when you see it. And that could happen towards the end of the year. Probably not, but most likely maybe next year or the next couple years. So while the markets dip, if you can work and you can save the money, now is the time to do that. So I've kind of been focusing on that. And once again, guys, don't worry about it. We all kind of get there. It all happens to every one of us, even us experienced investors. But anyways, just wanted to give you guys a quick little update on that, because I know I haven't been super active on the channel. But once again, guys, you guys can count on me to do one video a week. I think it's a nice, consistent thing. I can kind of meet the schedule when it works for me. But also in the future, I will plan on doing more videos on a regular basis. Just, sometimes I do like to take some time off. And again, I encourage you guys to do the same. Life is not about making as much money as possible and investing and earning as much income. It's about enjoying it and having a balance. And whatever that balance is, you guys got to figure it out. And that's probably one of the biggest struggles of life, if I have to honestly, personally say so myself. But anyways, guys, just want to end the video here. I want to kind of talk a little bit about that. Take care. Hope you guys have yourself a good weekend. Hope you guys are staying warm during the cold weather. I know it's starting to get cold where I am, hence the sweater in the video. But anyways, guys, take care. Have yourself a good one, and I'll see you guys later.